Hi everyone, Lauren here. Lauren Carter, the other half of Nourishing Roots Retreats with Carrie Holmes, yoga teacher extraordinaire. Um, I thought that it would be good for me to make a video to talk a little bit about what we mean in our slogan when we say unlocking your stories. So, writing and any kind of creative work brings up some anxiety. That is completely natural and normal. Even when you've been writing for years, like I have, it's something that you kind of have to carry along with you, right? You're looking at a blank space and you're putting expression into it. And that will quite naturally bring up some nervousness, some anxiety. And so putting together creative writing and yoga is a really great match. And this is part of the reason why Carrie and I wanted to come together. Because through the yoga, you can really ground yourself and get centered and pull that breath into your body so that you don't get lost in the anxiety, so that you're more able to then pick up the pen and start to write. Um, so, having said that, the way that I teach and the way that I coach is really to make a home for us to open that expression. I don't teach craft at these retreats. I might talk about it if questions are raised, but really it's more of an opportunity to begin writing or to continue writing if you're a writer who is needing that space in your life. I go by what's called the Amherst Method. I don't have official training in it yet, but I am planning on that this summer. But it's a method that has a few really important affirmations to keep in mind. So these are what we call the 5 essential affirmations. These are the beliefs behind the Amherst method of teaching writing. 1, everyone has a strong, unique voice. 2, everyone is born with creative genius. 3, writing as an art form belongs to all people regardless of economic class or educational level. 4, the teaching of craft can be done without damage to a writer's original voice or artistic self-esteem. 5, a writer is someone who writes. So when we're in workshop and we're writing and we're doing our timed writings, always led with a prompt, which you can either ignore or use. But the point of the prompt is to have a clear and specific place to start, right? So you're not kind of searching your brain for where do I begin? How do I do this? Which amps up the anxiety. You have a place to begin, an opening to start with. If I invite people to read and share their work after that, 1, you are always, always free to say no. There is no obligation at all, ever, to share what you wrote. 2, we don't critique fresh work. If someone wants to say something about it, it's always the positive. So I really like that image. I really like the description of the tabletop in the sunlight, whatever it might be. And we do that because this work is so fresh that it is not time to start pulling it apart and figuring out how to make it better. At my writing workshops with this production of fresh work, we are not looking at good or bad. We are not in judgment mode. We are simply writing and working towards opening up the freedom of our voices. So unlocking those stories that may have become bound up by anxiety around the process or oftentimes negative past experiences from, teachers correcting our grammar too much, calling our work cliched, whatever it is. We don't want them to win. If you have an urge to write, even if you just want to try it out, even if you're feeling a need to put your stories down for your grandkids, that urge is to be honored. And that urge is absolutely valid. We are all born creative geniuses. NASA actually proved that in 2011, they commissioned a test to be designed to evaluate the creative potential of their rocket scientists and people who worked for them. And then they gave that test to preschoolers. And preschoolers scored off the charts in creative brilliance. They were creative geniuses. We are born creative geniuses, but that creative urge and that creative expression and all of that capability is sort of pushed out of us as we move along through the standard education system, usually by well-meaning teachers correcting, like I said, grammar, or even shaming us sometimes for poor spelling. We can carry that forward and it can really get us stuck. And if you have an urge to create, if you have an urge to write, if you have an urge to draw, because drawing is the same. An artist is someone who creates art, right? A knitter is someone who knits. A baker is someone who bakes. It's kind of the same thing. There's no pretension around this. There's just joy in that expression of our stories. So I really hope that you will join us and that this helps. And if you have further questions, please feel free to get in touch. info@nourishingrootsretreats.com or contact us through our website, nourishingrootsretreats.com, or Facebook or Instagram or however else you can find us on the interwebs. Connect, follow, or subscribe, whatever the word is, to our channel. And we will see you soon, I hope. All right, take care.